Let's see here. Good morning. Hey, if you need more time to finish that skill check, please let me know. But we got to move on, guys, because today is the first day of our percentage blitz, which I don't know if you guys saw the time card message. Basically, we're doing a little bit more than a month of Math 7 honors in a little bit more than a week. So we're moving at the speed of sound here, guys. So when I say teach, I want you to say, okay, what do you remember about percentages, and what comes to mind when you think about percent? And maybe read some of the things these people are saying and see how that kind of gets your juices flowing, and what do you think that like those things mean about percentages? Talk to each other, and here we go. Teach, teach.
1,000% is like impossible. Yeah. Oh, New England clam chowder day.
Okay. All right. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see here. Ellie R., what are some things that come to mind when you're thinking about percent? Yeah, like a percent is a comparison to 100 for sure. That's going to be really important for what we're up to today. I love that. Let's see here. How about you, Arden? What comes to mind when you think about percent? Sure, absolutely. And you can actually even see that on the lower right here, like what percentage of your battery is left. Absolutely. Sasha, how about you? What comes to mind when you think about percent? Oh, sure. Well, the likelihood of something going to happen, right? Like the percent chance that it's going to rain. Absolutely, for sure. Let's see here. We're going to do one more. Let's see if I can get a little bit of help. And this one's going to come from, there we go. Lincoln, what about you? What do you think about when you think about percent? Oh, sure. Effort. Absolutely. Effort. And I actually heard some people saying some things. Did someone have some things they wanted to say about what these people are saying here? What these people are saying here? Steven, you want to say something about what these people are saying? Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think about some of the things that these guys are saying on the board? So so what I'm going to say here is like if we complain about the 1,000%, I would actually say there are times where 1,000% actually becomes a thing, right? Like it's not common, and we're going to talk a little bit about where that comes from. Both I think tomorrow and no, sorry, tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow and Thursday. I would say that it isn't possible to have 100 million billion% because 100 million billion is not a number, but we'll call that good. By the way, some of you saw that happen. So Sasha just got that ticket from me where if you're reading at appropriate times, like if you're reading in the middle of notes, that we're not going to reward that. But if you're reading at appropriate times, teachers have a group of cards that they're supposed to give you. And basically, each card has a little scratch off thing that tells you how many tickets you have to win a lot of really cool prizes that they have in the library. I'm not going to tell you what the prizes are because I know if one of them is amazing, and like honestly, if I say it wrong and it's not, you guys are going to get mad at me. So I'm not even going to say what the prize is, but they're going to tell you about it on the announcements. What did yours say, Sasha, when you scratched it off? Just one ticket, just one ticket. Yeah, some of them have like more than one ticket, like 5 tickets or 10 tickets or something like that. So you have one ticket, one chance to win that one a lot of prizes they'll have at the library. They'll talk more about that in a minute. Let's see here, guys. It's 94th day of school. You know, keyboards originally had 94 characters that were possible to type. Like the first computers, like it was the 1 and the at and the 2 and the number sign, the lowercase l, the uppercase L, all these things. And then it's New England Clam Chowder Day. Yay! Do you guys know the difference between New England clam chowder and Manhattan clam chowder?
Mm-hmm. What? The clams are from England?
Nope.
Maybe.
So there you go. New England clam chowder, that's more common in like the Boston area and northwards. And that's like probably what you guys think of as clam chowder. It's white, it's creamy, it's delicious. I love it. Really, clam chowder, big thumbs up. I love clam chowder. Big thumbs down. I hate clam chowder. And then down somewhere between. It is definitely an odd texture, but I do like it a lot. I like it personally.
I personally
Um,
think it's a bad texture.
Manhattan clam chowder, guys. I've never had it. It doesn't sound that good to me. But basically, it's like a New England clam chowder, but instead of having like that white creamy base, it's a tomato base. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of like when I'm at the store and I see that tomato juice with clam, I'm like, who? Who buys this? I do not know the answer to that question. All right, let's hear, Stephen. What's our first essential question today? Yeah, go ahead and write that down for me, guys. What is a percentage really? And then what is our second essential question? And I would love to get that from, that's going to be Carol. Perfect. What is a percentage really? And how can I represent a value as a fraction, ah, fraction, a decimal, or a percentage? Okay. Jeopardy this week is groups of animals. When a bunch of these, the largest animals on Earth, band up, it's called a pod. Specifically, it's actually any whales, not just blue whales. Any group of whales is called a pod. And then country flags, the USA, absolutely, USA. Indeed, I would also accept America. Okay. All right, let's see here, guys. Let's get to it. Underneath all this, got a pencil? Oh, we can do better than that. Got a pencil? Today's topic is fraction slash decimal slash percent. So that's right. So the idea here today, guys, is just to make sure we understand what a percentage is. A percentage is a value compared to 100. So, for example, well, really anything, there's this thing called the percent equation, and we're going to talk more about it tomorrow. But it says part divided by whole equals percentage. And I put a little asterisk there, percentage. You take the part, you divide by the whole, you have the percentage. But I put a little asterisk there. Have you guys seen those asterisks when you're reading? Do you guys know what I'm talking about here? What do those little asterisks usually mean? Lola, go ahead. There's going to be something more, there's more you need to know about that. And what that little asterisk means during this whole module, this whole unit, is as a decimal. So you'll see me using that a whole lot because the part divided by whole equals the percentage as a decimal. Okay? So let's see here. Did I ever find those? Oh no, I didn't. I forgot to look for them. Let's see here. Hang on. Let me get my notes. Hello. Really? I'll fix that in a minute. Let's see here. Functions. Oh no, where did I put that? Crab apples. I'll deal with it later. Okay, here we go. So, for example, oh. You guys see me pushing that button, right? Like, it's supposed to like turn that into a single page. Maybe I have to hit this and then this. Boo! Hang on, I have to do this. Sorry, I have to do this dumb thing now. It's not like we're trying to go over a month and a bit of math. It's not like. Thank you, yes, thank you, computer. Let's see here. 7-8 compacted in class notes. 24, 25. Bargle. Oh, did it just fix itself? Did you guys see that? Yes, it did. It did. Okay, so anyway, here we go. So, for example, if I said that 42%, yes, please, yep, we're still on Got a Pencil. What if I said that 42% of my students turned out to be robots?
That would be incorrect.
42% of my students turned out to be robots. What you're really saying is that, like, do you think I have exactly 100 students, guys? No, but if I did, if you took the number of students that I had and turned that into 100, 42 out of those 100 would be robots. That's what that's saying. So that's how you turn a percentage into a fraction, is you just put that number over 100. But I'll tell you right now, Canvas is not going to be too pleased about that fraction. When I say teach, I want you to say, okay, why won't Canvas be pleased about that fraction? Teach, teach! Okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if I can get a little bit of help out here. Eliana, why do you think Canvas isn't going to be too happy about that fraction? It's not simplified. I can simplify that by 2, I believe. And what does that turn out to be? Yeah, 21 over 50. How many of us got that as 21 over 50, or see how we got that? Beautiful. Will you guys put your Chromebooks away? We don't need our Chromebooks right now. But 21 over 50, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. In Canvas, you would write 21/50. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see here. Next up, guys, I need to be able to turn that into a decimal. But luckily, guys, there's actually a pretty great tool we can use to turn that into a decimal right here. What does a fraction bar secretly mean? Let's see here. Elizabeth, what does a fraction bar secretly mean? It means division. So if you do 21 divided by 50 and punch that in your calculator, it'll actually give you this as a decimal. So go ahead and see what you got that. Yeah, and as soon as you see it, you'll be like, that makes sense. Elizabeth, what is it? It's 0.42, yeah. You can also get there directly by dividing the percentage by 100, and then we'll get that going. Okay. There's kind of two directions I want to go with you guys. Do you want to see another one with percent? I could, because we have to do percentage into fractions and decimals. We have to do fractions into percentages and decimals, and we have to do decimals into percentages and fractions. But there's kind of like easy ones and hard ones for each one. Do you guys want to do one of the other ones, an easy one of the other one right now, or do you want to do the hard percentage first? Do you guys want to try the hard percentage? So when I say teach, I want you to say, okay, if 17.5% of lemurs are, I don't know, uh, if 17.5% of lemurs have contracted lemur flu, what would that be as a fraction and as a decimal? See what you can do and watch out for one. One of those looks a little bit funny, and you're going to have to do a little bit of work with it. So see what you guys can figure out and teach. Yeah, one of those is pretty easy. You know, Holland just read that too. Is that pretty good? Like she was saying, she really enjoyed it. Maybe I need to make that the next thing I read. Humble pie. We've started a trend, guys. Okay. Can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Carol, which one of those felt funny, the fraction or the decimal? Talk, that's okay. That's great. Tell me what you did. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's not wrong. That's absolutely right. Which, by the way, it makes sense because people are like, how could you have 17.5 lemurs that are that have lemur flu, right? And it's true, you can't have 17 and a half lemurs with lemur flu, but this is the nature of percentages. I'm saying if there were 100 lemurs, 17 and a half of them would have lemur flu, which again
One of
doesn't
them is
work,
chopped in half.
which doesn't work, but what this is trying to say is that 17 or 18 of those lemurs will probably have lemur flu. That's the idea. Is 17 or 18. It's an even split between them. But Carol was saying, I think I did this wrong. You did it exactly right. But can someone tell me, why do you think Carol looked at this and thought that maybe something was wrong? What are you thinking? Go ahead, Treon. Sure. Look at that. Now we're talking, guys. Yeah, that decimal up there really makes us nervous. So you can get rid of it by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 10, and then it makes it 175 out of 1,000. It's true, Shrion's way actually would have been more elegant if we'd done 2, right? Because then it would have been 35, I think. It would have been 35 out of 200, which is, I like that. If you're feeling good about that, you know what to multiply those by. But usually I'll just multiply by enough tens to shove the decimal over as far as I can. And that'll reduce 175 over 1,000. You can actually pop that in your calculator if you wish to reduce it, but I know it reduces by 5 as well. Is it 25? I thought it was 100. No, it shouldn't be a 7 over 40. Beautiful. There it is as a fraction. Love that. And then if you put 7 divided by 40 in your calculator, it shouldn't come as a terrible surprise. 0.175, because you can also get that by just doing 17.5 divided by 100. Or a lot of people actually will just grab that decimal and shove it over twice. And that'll work every time. How many of us are feeling just fine and dandy about those? You guys doing well? Okay, let's go fraction to decimal. So let's go fraction to decimal and percentage. So I'm going to give you a fraction. You're going to turn this into a decimal and a percentage.
Once we turn it into a decimal, we pretty much got our percentage. Depending.
13 tenths. 13 tenths is our fraction. I would like to see what that looks like as a percentage and as a decimal. See what you guys can come up with and teach. You're extra sleepy today. You guys were partying all MLK Day? Oh, it was at Notre Dame and who?
Ohio State.
Who?
Ohio State won.
Now, you don't mean the Ohio State. Oh, no, yeah, it is. It is, it is. Sorry, it's a joke. Is that right?
I just wanted Notre Dame to win.
Yeah. No. So if you wanted Notre Dame to win, you should talk to Mr. Snyder about it. But if you wanted Ohio State to win, I'd say just leave Mr. Snyder alone.
I've already talked to Mr. Snyder
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I remember last year, a bunch of people made a bet with Mr. Snyder that the Packers were going to beat the Cowboys, and then he owed like half the kids in his class.
Oh, that's amazing. That's living dangerous, man. Making bets with your students like that. I don't know. I don't know what I usually gamble, like points or something. All right. Can I get you guys up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? That was all right, guys. I appreciate the way you guys were working together, but it was just a little lackluster on that Teach OK. So we're looking for that. I know that we're probably tired, but let's see if we can wake ourselves up a little bit. See if we can get this going. All right. Sam, what did you get as the decimal here? Yeah, and you could do that just by dividing, right? 13 divided by 10 is 1.3. Nice and easy, okay? And then what did you get that as a percentage? 130%. Beautiful. How did you get that 130%? Yeah. If you wanted to turn that 10 into 100, you can multiply it by 10, right? And then that would be there. There's another way to do it where if you take the decimal and multiply it by 100, you'll always get the percentage. And the reason that I bring up both is that sometimes the numbers aren't going to come across that nice. What percentage of or let's see, let's make a fraction that represents what portion of students in this class are wearing glasses. Go ahead, look around you. Well, how many students are wearing glasses? That's the part. How many students are there in this class? Don't count me. Are here. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you guys get 5 with glasses? I thought I saw 5. We got Hoibing, Grace, we've got LED, we've got Sasha, and then Arden. I got 5. So 5 students are wearing glasses out of the 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 5 out of the 24 students are wearing glasses here. So I want you guys to think exactly, and that's exactly why I didn't count myself, is because I did a quick count and made sure, but yeah, 5 out of 24 students are wearing glasses. So talk to each other about why it's important to have multiple methods to get this into a decimal and a percentage. Talk it out and teach.
Like a bandit song and stuff.
All right. Can I get you guys? Well, keep going, keep going. Sorry. Okay. Can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see if I can get a little bit of help out there. This one's going to come from Jaden. What did you get as the decimal for this? 2083 repeating like this? Perfect. Very good. How many of us were able to get 0.2083 repeating? So, guys, if you need to round, like, and this is the thing, if you need to round, so you have to be careful because sometimes you don't need to round. If you get a repeating decimal, we're going to round to the nearest thousandth because that's what they do on the ACTs. How many decimal places are the thousandths place, guys? 3. So we're going to call this about 0.208. And what would that be as a percentage? Let's see here. What would that be as a percentage? Lena, what would that be as a percentage? 208%? How many of us got 208%? Does someone see what went wrong here? Does someone see what went wrong here? Let's go for, yeah, go ahead, Ethan.
He moved the decimal 3 times.
Yeah, Lena, you moved the decimal 3 times?
Like times 1,000.
Yeah, so if we multiply that by 100, that's the thing. Since we can't really come up with a very nice number to turn 24 into 100, we're going to multiply 208 by 100, and it should be 20.8%. How many of us got 20.8% for that? There we go. Good job, Lena, though. Appreciate it. Well done, Ethan. Okay, let's get into the decimals, guys. Here we go. I'm going to give you a decimal, and you're going to give it to me as a fraction and a percentage. 0.098. I need that as a percentage, and I need that as a reduced fraction. I'm going to pull up my calculator so that those of you at home can kind of see what we're doing on those. But go ahead and let's get that going. And teach! Here we go. Oh, no wonder. I forgot to shuffle an accent in. We'll just pop one up there. Oh no, I forgot the song because I was too busy thinking about this. Okay. All right. I'm just going to draw an accent because I totally forgot to be doing that. It is Australian. So we'll do this in an Aussie accent. Let's see here, guys. I need a little bit of help up here, and this is going to come from Thomas. Thomas, what did you get? Is this as a fraction or as a percentage? Which one felt more natural to you? 9.8%. Beautiful. Because you can multiply that by 100, and you get yourself 9.8%. Let's see here. Sadie, how did you turn this into a fraction?
I just did 98 over 1,000.
Beautiful, right? Because you could say this is 9.8 hundredths because it's a percentage. It's always compared to 100, and then take it from there. But you could also remember that your scary elementary teachers, right? I don't know about you. Do you guys remember? It's like you came up with this as an answer for a subtraction problem, and you raise your hand, and you're like, "Teacher, I know the answer." And she's like, "Go ahead. What is it?" And you're like, "It's 0.098." And she was like, "What'd you just say to me? 0. What?" Because remember, she makes you say it in what way, Sadie? Do you remember how she made you say it? 0 and 98 thousandths. And what is that when you reduce? 49 500ths. How many of us were able to come up with it and aren't too worried? Okay, guys, I'm going to show you the most commonly missed thing that happens when you are working with percentages. Guys, believe it or not, when I ask students to write this as a fraction and as a percentage, it is one that gets missed all the time. By the way, that was a much better teach, okay? I think you guys do deserve a point for it. Oh, that was a great mighty. Oh, yeah, as well. I like that. Oh, we're waking up. I like this. Go ahead, guys. Two things, well, three things, really. I want that as a percentage. I want that as a fraction. And I also want you to talk to each other. What do you think is that mistake that I just see all the time with this? All the time. Give it a shot and teach. All right. Let's see here, guys. Can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Shrion, what felt more natural to go for first? The percentage of the decimal. Or sorry, the percentage of the fraction. Sure, what is that as a percentage? 80%. Beautiful. How many of us got 80% for that? Beautiful. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's see here, Georgie. What is that as a fraction? Beautiful, because whether you take the 80 over 100, the 8 over 10, it all reduces down to 4/5. Exactly so. Exactly so. And least but most certainly not least, let's see if I can get a little help out there. How about we go for John? What do you suppose is the most common mistake? Because I'll tell you this. If this is a question, write this as a fraction and a percentage. They get one of them right, and they get one of them wrong when they get this wrong. What do you think happens to them? That's right. They write 8%. They write 8% instead of 80 because they only see the 8. When really it's 0.80, right? Now don't write that. If I ask you for 80% as a decimal, don't you, excuse me, it is equal, but don't you dare write 0.80 because it's not a reduced decimal. You need to make sure you drop the 0, okay? Does that make sense to you guys? You guys feeling good on that? So your self-assessment tonight is literally, here's a percentage. I want it as a reduced fraction as a decimal. Here's a decimal. I want it as a reduced fraction and a percentage. Here's a fraction. I want that as a percentage and a reduced decimal. The last 5 minutes here are yours. You guys can put your stuff away, head back to your assigned seats, and I will dismiss you with the bell. Thank you so much for all your hard work, and I think you guys do. You know what? I just want to say, you guys do deserve a point. Thanks for finishing up strong. Just needed to wake up a little bit, eh? All right. That'll do it.